What's up, Meta Nerds? This video is all about the Victory 1 class Star Destroyer. It was manufactured in the year 20 BBY, a year before the end of the Clone Wars, through the joint effort of Rendili StarDrive and Kuat drive yards. The total cost was 57 million credits, about 2 million less than the Venator, and an amount equal to 950 TIE fighters. At a length of 900 meters, or 2,953 feet, the Victory was about the same length as 26 Millennium Falcons, or 450 Tauntauns. Inspired by the Venator, the Victory was designed to excel at ship-to-ship combat, putting blockades, pursuing rebels, and even carrying the fight into a planet's atmosphere. By being able to place itself over cities, the Victory was great at locking down a city and providing support to ground troops. For weapons, it had 10 quad turbo laser batteries, 40 double turbo laser batteries, 80 concussion missile tubes, and 10 tractor beams. That's a lot of firepower, but compared to the Imperial class Star Destroyers, it has about half the turbo lasers, 1/6 of the tractor beams, but interestingly, the Imperial class has 0 concussion missile tubes. For defensive measures, its hull was made of the highest grades of Durasteel, and had a shield that was considered to be equivalent to the Venator. And the Victory's standard complement included 24 TIE fighters, but this could often be swapped out for an unknown total of transports, AT-ATs, juggernauts, or HAVR A9 flying fortresses. To keep this ship functioning, it required a 4,798 member crew, with 402 gunners. It could carry 2,040 troops, and up to 8,100 metric tons of cargo. To get this massive ship moving, the Victory had 3 large and 4 smaller ion thrusters, with some variants having just 2 main thrusters, with 2 smaller auxiliary thrusters. Ironically, the technology used in these engines were all patented by the Alderaan Royal Engineers. And if we take a look at this graphic, we see that the hangar bays and vehicle storage were conveniently located on top of maintenance. And then the crew's quarters were located on top of the combat personnel, and way up top was the command section, with the system controls being placed behind this. Below command we have the officer's row, which interestingly is just in front of the detention center. The entire bottom section of the Victory was dedicated to the ship's engines, shield generators, and all of the ship's power cells. Now, the Victory's history starts with a little bit of industrial espionage. Remember that I said Rendili StarDrive was involved in its creation? Well, that's because Rendili was getting tired of being sidelined by Kuat when it came to making ships for the Republic. Having just missed out on contracts for the Acclimator, they sent corporate spies to learn some of Kuat's secrets. The Republic ended up liking aspects of both companies' designs, and decided that the Victory Initiative project would be a collaboration between these two companies. A notable designer of this project was Walex Blissix, a man who would later help the rebels create the A-Wing. And the first time that Victories were ever deployed was to Sector 0 to defend it from a Techno-Union fleet. But being released later in the war, Palpatine did not have most of them deployed until the Republic became the Empire. It was later phased out by Victory 2 and Imperial class Star Destroyers, and the Victory was mostly left to defend worlds that were deemed not to be at a great risk of revolting. The Empire, loving to supersize everything, preferred the twice as big Imperial class Star Destroyers. But in Legends, when Grand Admiral Thrawn became Emperor, the galaxy saw a resurgence of the Victory. And the very last time we see them, they were being used to hunt down pirates after the events of the Yuzan Vong War. Well, that's it for the Victory 1 class Star Destroyer. But you definitely want to hear these cool facts and behind the scenes stuff. The first time we got a name for this ship was in the 1979 novel Han Solo's Revenge. And the fact that the name of the Victory came from the Victor Initiative project helped to set up the names for future Republic ships that would later be designed for the prequels. All of these ships kept a Latin-based naming convention, and thus had names like the Mandator, Imperator, and Venator. So that's it for the Victory 1. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, and be sure to leave a comment down below if I missed any cool facts, or if you have a suggestion for future videos. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at MetaNerdsLore, so you can see us build Star Wars props and cosplays, along with some other cool Star Wars stuff. If you want to help support this channel, check out the description below for our Amazon store and our Patreon. And be sure to subscribe, because we're making videos like this every single day. But more important than all that, remember, a little industrial espionage never hurt anybody, and the Force will be with you, always.